check test. 1, 2, 3.
Let's see if I find some.
Okay, check test. 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're on now.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
All right, that's good from Christie there.
Pop up to the pitcher. Pitcher will make the play for out number 3. And we apologize about this no sound. For some reason, we were off. Fly out to the pitcher for the third out. I'm not sure what happened to the second batter, but anyway, we do have three out. So top half of the first inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of one half inning play, it is the Rebels 0 and the Haysville Aviators coming to bat. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Defensively for the Rebels at first base will be number 17, Bonventry. Second baseman will be number 1, Brotman. At shortstop, number 2, Sigris. Third base will be number 55, Riley. Left fielder will be number 9, Garza. Center fielder will be number 14, Kassane. Right fielder will be number 10, Royal. Catching will be number 15, Uchi. Pitching will be number 40, Jacob Linneman. And Linneman's, his stats are here. Go ahead. Card.
Burlington, Wisconsin, a right-hander, 6'3", 214, and he is a junior from Wichita State.
He comes in with an 0-2 record, 9.86 ERA. He's appeared in 5 ball games, has started 4, has pitched 17 1/3 innings, has recorded 13 strikeouts, 11 base on balls, and has given up 27 hits.
And he had a rough start the first season. I remember the first start against, I guess it was Derby Twins, and he got wrapped around pretty good. But since his last 3, he's actually improved every time. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Our first batter he'll be facing is the right fielder, number 22, Sterling Sperling.
Sterling from Lincoln, California.
Ball hit hard into left field. That's going to be foul ball by the home plate umpires. He was right down the line. Once again, that one is foul. Sperling got all over that one. And the coach is questioning that one, but looks like coming back to the home plate will be Sterling Sperling.
Yeah, Sterling Sperling. He's from Lincoln, California. Right-hander, 5'10", 175 pounds. I'm not sure about what college. Southwestern College.
So the count goes no balls, 1 strike now to Sperling. He comes in with a 189 batting average, as he's appeared in 27 ball games, has been up to bat 90 times, has 17 hits, and has scored 8 runs. Breaking ball in there for call strike 2.
That's what's nice about having Grant, the GM, right next to me. He gives me this information. I can get it turned to my right, and there it is. Second year, yeah, I knew that name.
Here's Lindeman's pitch into the ground. I think the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sterling Sperling. One of those tongue twister names. I remember the first time I had to do it at the NBC World Series a year ago or so. And here's Lindeman's pitch. A swing and a miss there by Sperling as he goes down swinging for out number 1. And Lindeman records his first strikeout of the ball game. That'll bring up the designated hitter number 3, Cole Lee. Lee is a left-handed batter.
He's from Oklahoma City, 5'8", 175 pounds.
And he comes in batting .313 for Haysville, as he's appeared in 22 ball games. He's been up to the plate 67 times, has 21 hits, and has scored 13 runs. There's a swing and a miss there by Lee, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. As we are in the bottom half of the first inning, once again, we welcome you to the telecast. The Haysville Aviators will be the home team both games, a doubleheader. A breaking ball just misses high for ball 2. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike.
You can see Uchi trying to bring that outside pitch in right there, but the umpire definitely wouldn't go for it.
That one lifted into the infield, and Linneman gets under it, makes the catch for out number 2. So both teams have had a fly out to the pitcher here in the ball game.
See, pitchers are athletes too, Frank. That's what I've been told as a college coach, that, Coach, we're athletes too. Why don't we get to practice pop-ups? Sometimes you need to do that.
That's going to bring up the first baseman, number 32, Jordan Larson.
Yeah, Larson, 6'2", 220 from Northern Illinois University. He's a senior from Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
Larson comes in batting .250. First pitch to Larson is ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes, as we have 2 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. This is the second time here this year where the Newton Rebels have played at home. A hard hit ball to the shortstop. Nice catch there by Sigris for out number 3. So a fly out to the shortstop for the third out. Bottom half of the first inning for the Haysville Aviators. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 1 inning of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the second inning. The Newton Rebels, due up is Enzo Bonventry, followed by Valoria and Brotman.
Seen a lot of growth in Enzo over these last few years.
Yeah. Enzo, quite a performance there in the All-Star game, and he was in the home run hitting contest also just on Saturday.
Count is 2 balls and no strikes now to Bonventry. Once you type on there, make sure, see if they can hear us or not. That one missing outside for ball 3. 3-0 now the count. And here's Stevens' pitch. That one inside corner for strike 1. So the count goes to 3 balls, 1 strike. Sorry, we're trying to make sure that we are live now once again. Don't know why we're having problems not hearing us today. That one inside for ball 4. So Bonventry will be on with a base on balls. And that will bring up the designated hitter this evening, number 44, Roger Valoria.
Now, I've seen Roger have some good games this year. He had some big hits, and earlier in the year, and he doesn't play a lot, but when he does, he usually puts the ball in play, and he hits the ball hard. He usually squares it up. Valoria from Caracas, Venezuela, right-hander, 6 foot, 215, a freshman from Marshalltown Community.
He comes in batting .444 for the Newton Rebels, as he's only appeared in 10 ball games. A swing and a miss there by Valoria, as the count goes 0 balls, 1 strike. Ball was dropped there by the catcher, but Bonventry was not able to move forward. That's Matt Bond, who's catching here this evening.
I was going to say, Frank, Valoria, he'll take a good cut. He takes good cuts, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Once again, Valoria has only appeared in 10 ball games, has been up the bat 18 times, has 8 hits, has scored 2 runs, and has 3 RBIs. So Seth Stevens in his second inning of work. Here's the pitch. The ball hit to the shortstop. Thinger goes to second base and then over to first for the double play. So a 6-4-3 put out, and the Haysville Aviators turn the double play. That will bring up the second baseman, number 1, Andrew Brotman.
Yeah, Brotman, I talked to him before the game, and he realized he didn't have as good a season as he thought he was going to have, and but he said, I learned a lot, and especially as an approach and other things that he wants to take to school at the University of New Orleans.
First pitch to Brotman, and misses outside for ball 1.
Brotman, a fellow Bulldog, Arkansas City, Kansas, right-hander, 6'1", 185, again, University of New Orleans, and he's a junior.
And here's the pitch, that one missing inside for ball 2. Brotman comes in batting .270, as he's appeared in 30 ball games, has been up to the plate 122 times, and has 33 hits. He has scored 24 runs and has 15 RBIs. That ball hit into the right center fielder. That's going to fall in for a base hit, as the Newton Rebels record their first hit of the ball game, as Brotman records his first hit of the game.
And the inside out of that swing, but that shows you how strong he is. He inside it out, and he still got it over the second baseman right in the right center. Base hit.
So Brotman will be on at first base as we have 2 down here in the top half of the second inning. That will bring up the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi.
Hibiki. How do you say that, Frank, in Japan? We just usually say Japan.
I think it's Kaminagawa,
Yeah,
Japan.
Kaminagawa. Right-hander, 5'6", 170, Skagit Valley College, and he's a freshman, but I'll tell you, he's gained a lot of experience this summer, catching almost every game here for the Rebels.
He's done a really good job, handled the pitching staff well. There goes Brotman to second base, and he's going to be thrown out, as a nice throw there by Bond, and covering was the second baseman Martinez for the putout. So a 2-4 putout for the third out.
And Bond threw him out on his knees. I mean, that shows the strength of that arm right there.
So the top half of the second inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. And Hibiki Uchi will be back up to the plate, so we'll end up giving you his numbers when we come back. Once again, you're watching Newton Rebels baseball, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. We have no scores so far. Leading off for the Haysville Aviators will be the second baseman, number 23, Romy Martinez.
Romy, Webster City, Iowa, 5'9", right-hander. He's 171 pounds.
Martinez comes in batting .219 as he's appeared in 23 ball games. He's been up to the plate 73 times, has 16 hits. First pitch by Lindemann misses inside for ball one. So the count goes 1 ball, no strikes now to Romy Martinez, who's playing second base here this evening for the Haysville Aviators. And here's Lindemann's pitch, just missing outside corner. The count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Not sure if Todd Hook is listening in or not, but he was supposed to be doing the telecast on Facebook Live for the Haysville Aviators, and he sent me a message, wants to make sure that we were going to be broadcasting the game. I told him, yep, that we do it on YouTube, and if you are listening, we say hi, and we miss you here in Newton. Count goes 3 balls, 1 strike now to Romy Martinez, as we are in the bottom half of the second inning. And here's the pitch. That one hit into center field. That won't fall in for a base hit, so Martinez records the first hit of the ball game for the Haysville Aviators, along with the first hit for Martinez.
And Grant just telling us he's one of the 2 All-Stars that they had, and right there he showed his strength because that was an inside pitch, and he muscled up to right to the middle of the field. Base hit.
Due up next is the third baseman, number 24, Dylan Golden.
Yeah, Golden from Spring, Texas.
That one popped up in the infield. A pitcher, Lindemann, will make the catch and no throw over to first base. So Golden was trying to sacrifice there. We'll save that for next time, Mr. Carve.
Yeah.
So fly out to the pitcher for the first out.
So we got plenty of time today, don't we, Frank? With the doubleheader.
Yep. That will bring up the catcher, number 28, Matt Bond.
Matt Bond is from Vegas, Las Vegas. He's 6 foot, 210 from Northeastern Junior College, and he is a sophomore.
First pitch there by Lindemann, missing outside for ball one. He comes in batting .280 as he's appeared in 21 ball games. He's been up to the plate 50 times, has 14 hits. We have runner on at first base with 1 down as Martinez recorded first hit of the ball game for the Aviators. Nice job there by Hibiki Uchi as he scoops that up out of the ground. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Now to Matt Bond.
It's talking about Uchi. I was talking to him. I said, "Are you tired yet?" And he goes, "No, I'm fine." You know, he just wants to keep playing, you know, and he loves playing the game.
That one missing low for ball 3. So 3-0 now the count to Matt Bond.
And Bond, just talking to Grant over here, you know, he's a gamer caught, 2 straight weeks. 2 straight. And he was in the All-Star game also, so, you know, he's quite a player, and seen 2 good catchers.
Here's the pitch. That one in there for call strike 1. So nice job there by Lindemann as the count goes 3 balls and 1 strike.
That's one thing this summer, Frank. It's a short, long summer, whatever you want to call it, but we've seen a lot of good ball players.
If you are watching us on YouTube, there's on the inside, misses for ball 4. Moving over to the second base is Martinez. So Bond will be on with a base on balls, and that would bring up the center fielder, number 1, Brady Wallace. And trying to find him here, just a second. Here he is. So Wallace is up now with runners on at first and second.
Washington Courthouse, Ohio, 5'11", 195 pounds.
First pitch by Lindemann is in there for call strike 1. Wallace comes in batting .224 here for the Haysville Aviators. He does have runners on at first and second with 1 down. As Martinez reached on a base hit to center field, and Bond just walked. That one breaking ball outside for ball 1. Count will even up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. What a beautiful evening here in Newton, Kansas. We have blue skies to the north,
Wow.
which is good because all the clouds around us are awful dark. But looking at the radar, looks like we're supposed to be okay. There's a hard hit ball into left field. That may be foul. That
Whoa.
was out of play or over the fence, wasn't it?
It was over the fence, yeah.
Yeah, good job there by Brady Wallace as he hit that hard, but he just pulled it left of the foul pole. So just going to be a long strike as the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Eric Garza gave it a good chase, but
Yeah, I'm sure glad I bet Lindemann don't want to throw that one again. A hard hit ball to the third baseman. A nice diving effort there by Nolan Riley. Was not able to get to it, so it's going to be a base hit for Brady Wallace as he is in with a hit. That is the second hit in this inning and the second hit of the ball game for the Haysville Aviators. That will put Martinez on at third base, Bond in at second, and Wallace at first base. And that will bring up the left fielder number 14, Keaton Candor.
King Candor from Merrill, Iowa. Right-hander, 5'10", 5'11", 220 from Concordia University, and he is a junior.
There's the pitch by Lindemann hitting the outside corner right across the knees for strike 1.
And it's interesting what Coach Clark did when he swapped Sigris and Brotman. Because Brotman's first game at second.
Yeah. Normally, Lachlan Ross plays there. I believe I already got the lineup for the next game, and he will be in at second base. Hibiki Uchi chasing that down, makes the catch for out number 2. Nice job by Hibiki Uchi as he gets under it for the catch.
And again, Frank, I'd rather, if Nolan Riley, he's a smart player. He's a very smart player, but I'd rather have a third baseman coming in, getting what's going in front of him, than Hibiki kind of stumbling around a little like that. He made a good catch there because I could easily drop that.
That's going to bring up Chase Thinger. He's a shortstop for the Haysville Aviators.
Yeah, from Round Rock, Texas.
First pitch by Lindemann misses low for ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, no strikes now to Thinger.
He's 5'11", 180 pounds.
Thinger has appeared in 23 ball games. There's a ball hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be out of play. So the count will now go to 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's good to see some people, they're coming in right now at the doubleheader. It's not a big crowd. Of course, we just threw this game together this afternoon, but it's good to see, and we're getting to play baseball.
Yeah, exactly right. Like I say, this game was supposed to be played in Haysville. There's a breaking ball up around the eyes. The count will now go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Correction, 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Thinger as he has been up the plate 60 times, has 4 hits. And here's the pitch. That one right across the knees for strike 2. Nice pitch there by Jacob Lindemann. And that will even up the count now at 2-2. Martinez is on at third base. Bond at second. And Wallace on at first. There is 2 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. And yes, I did say bottom half of the second inning as the Haysville Aviators are the home team here at home. Great job there by Hibiki Uchi as that was in the ground and in the dirt there, and he was able to protect that from going back to the fence, and the count will go full now at 3-2. With the bases loaded and 2 down, the runners will be taken off here in the bottom half of the second inning. A swing and a miss there by Chase Thinger as he goes down swinging for out number 3. A great pitch there by Jacob Lindemann as he challenged him and threw it right by him. So the bottom half of the second inning for the Aviators, they scored no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. At the end of 2 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined along this evening by Mr. Mark Carvala, our general manager. There you go, Mark, so everybody can see you. And we go to the top half of the third inning. Due up for the Newton Rebels will be the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi. He'll be followed by Garza and then Kasane. We'd like to thank all our sponsors. We have Miller Insurance Agency, American Family Insurance, Duty Works, Conrad Insurance Group, Boston Insurance, Pouch Enterprise, Realty Connections, Store and Stuff in U-Haul, Roofing Services Unlimited, Shamrock Car Wash, Peyton and Paul, Attorneys at Law, Affordable Autos, Remax Associates of Newton, Kansas, the Tim Marler and Family, Carl Hodges, Dr. Brett Wolfs, DDS, John and Lori Odom, Newton Rec Commission, Bob Burke, Buy Local, and Ray Roofing. Also like to thank our host families, Connie Miller, Joe Pitlow, Michelle and Brett Kaufman, Robin and Christopher Eshelman and Aaron Eshelman, Tammy Smith, Chad and Joni Cossendine, and Zach Bravo. Couldn't do it without our sponsors and our host families here this year. Once again, we're up in the top half of the third inning, and leading off will be the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi. Kaminagawa, Japan. And you said he was a 5'6", 170-pounder. So he'll be leading off here in the top half of the third inning. As we have no score yet so far. We are in Newton, Kansas, Klein Scott Field. First pitch by Stevens, misses low for ball one. Once again, this was a game that was scheduled to be played in Haysville. And Haysville got some rain and field was not available. Luckily, we were able to play here in Newton. That one's going to fall in for a base hit by Uchi. Uchi rounds first base, but stops as the right fielder Sperling is able to get to that. And Uchi records his first hit of the ball game.
And Uchi's going to be one of those guys, when he goes back to college, he's only a freshman. When he goes back, he's going to be so much improved. I'm sure the coach is going to be pretty happy with him because he has improved so much over this summer, defensively and hitting.
He definitely has. He has gotten a lot of action here this year, which is good for him. And that always happens. That means usually you get not valuable time.
Not always, though. I've had guys played a lot and they don't work hard. And
great bunt there by Eric Garza. He's sacrificed to first base, and Uchi will move to second base on that sacrifice. A great bunt there by Eric Garza. That's about 2 or 3 times here this year where Garza has been used to sacrifice a runner over. A 1-3 put out for out number 1.
And like Uchi, he's another guy that I think has got improving because he had didn't have a good start, but he's actually gotten better. He's working on his approach, his strike zone, and execution right there.
Well, the situational hitting, and that includes bunting, always comes in handy when you can perform. That brings up the center fielder, number 14, Sam Kasane. Stevens misses outside to Kasane, so the count goes 1 ball and no strikes. Kasane
from Wichita, lefty, 5'10", 180 pounds from Lindenwood University, and he is a junior.
That one missing high and outside for ball 2. 2-0 now the count to Sam Kasane. As Hibiki Uchi is on at second base, he got sacrificed over by Garza. We have 1 down here in the top half of the third inning. Kasane comes in batting .250 for the Newton Rebels. He has appeared in 21 ball games, and he's looking for his 17th hit here this season. That one misses inside, as he does have 16 hits at 64 at bat. The count goes 2 balls and no strikes now to Kasane.
Frank, when I was making the comment, I said a lot of guys, they take advantage of the situation of playing, and some don't. I mean, unfortunately, I've coached enough, I could say that some guys get playing time, but they just go through the motions.
That one in here for call strike 1 by Sep Stevens.
And anyway, but the whole thing about it is it's nice to see guys that try to improve, that try to work and realize, especially in these times, there's only 5 leagues playing, and you're one of the guys that gets to play.
Here's the pitch. That one misses inside for ball 4. So Sam Kasane will be on at first base, as that is the second walk given up by Sep Stevens here in the ball game. That will bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jack Sigris.
I was calling him Captain Jack the other day. He's definitely one of the leaders of the team.
So Sigris is up with runners on at first and second. And one down. There's a ball hit to the right-hand side. Right fielder backing up, making the catch. That's Sperling, and not able to advance the runners. So one pitch, and Sigris is out as he flew out to the right fielder for out number 2. That's going to bring up the right fielder, number 10, Luke Royal.
This would be a great time for him to get his first hit of the year as a Rebel. He had plenty of hits last year as basically the leadoff hitter. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he gets one. He usually likes to go right up the middle and hits the ball hard.
Ball hit into left or center field. Wall is moving to his right. Gets under it, makes the catch for out number 3. So a fly out to the center fielder for the third out. And the top half of the third inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 2.5 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. As we go to the bottom half of the third inning, we have no score. We'd like to say hi to some people. We'd like to say hi to Kim Frazier. We thank you very much for letting us know that there was no sound and we were able to get that going. I'd like to say hi to Grant Jones, who's sitting right next to us here, the GM for the Haysville Aviators. He's doing point streak here this evening. I'd also like to say hi to Steve Segrist. Says Jack's sister, Claire Segrist, is loving watching the Newton Rebels tonight. She and her mom are fired up to watch a doubleheader, and they say, go Jack. So we hope Jack has a good game for him. We'll be in the bottom half of the third inning, and leading off for the Haysville Aviators will be the right fielder, number 22, Sterling Sperling. Sperling recorded a strikeout his first time up. So he's 0 for 1.
So we are at top of the lineup. We'll see what happens, what kind of adjustments Lindemann makes also, and what kind of adjustments at the Aviators going through the second time through the batting lineup.
So Jacob Lindemann starting his third inning of work. That one misses low for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Here in the bottom half third inning, once again, we have no score yet here in the ball game. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. That ball hit to Sigris at shortstop. He goes to first, pulls Bonventry off, but Bonventry was able to make the tag for out number 1. So a 6-3 put out if you're scoring at home with us for out number 1. That will bring up the designated hitter number 3, Cole Lee.
Boy, Frank, it's nice seeing the blue sky. It's like, look at that.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the radar, and like I say, it looked like till about 3 o'clock in the morning we were going to be safe. So hopefully that's the case. Cole Lee lines that one into right field. The right fielder makes the catch for out number 2. One pitch as Luke Royal just moved in a couple steps to make the catch for the second out. Well, these batters are not allowing the pitchers to throw very many pitches.
No, they're not.
They're swinging at the first pitch. That will bring up the first baseman, number 32, Jordan Larson.
And a lot of it, like I said, it's approach. And if it's in your shoebox, I always talk about the shoebox theory, that if it's right in there and that's your pitch, yeah, go for it, especially in a 0-0 game.
So there is 2 down now here in the bottom half of the third inning, and Jordan Larson is the batter. Larson flew out to the shortstop, in the first inning. This is his second time at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes now to Larson, who is playing first base this evening for the Aviators. And here's Lindemann's pitch. That one in there for call strike 1, right across the knees, as the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Once again, if you're watching on YouTube, we welcome you. Don't forget to tell your family and friends that the Newton Rebels and the Haysville Aviators are on TV here this evening. That one missing outside for ball 2. 2-1 now the count to Jordan Larson. Lindemann ready, and here's the pitch. That one hit into right center field. Kassane moving way to his left, makes the catch for out number 3. Great hustle there by Kassane.
Yeah, that ball traveled quite a bit. I didn't think it was going to go that far, but it did. Almost to the warning track, and Kassane had to make it a running catch to get it.
So the bottom half of the third inning for the Haysville Aviators, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Due up for the Newton Rebels, we have Riley, Bonventry, and Valoria. Coming up, no score so far if you're just now joining us. And let me see exactly how many watchers we have so far. We're showing 22, but usually we get 30 or some. Like I say, a lot of people didn't know that our game was starting at 6 o'clock. So that may not be watching yet. It's a doubleheader, game 1 of a doubleheader that we kind of put together here because we are expecting rain for the next couple of days. So we weren't sure if we're going to get to play or not. But they decided to go with a doubleheader. Once again, due up for the Rebels is the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley, as Seth Stevens gets ready to work his 4th inning of work. So far for Stevens, he has gone 3 innings, has given up 2 hits, 2 base on balls, 1 strikeout, as he has faced 11 batters.
I was going to say one thing, the Aviators need to, they're out here, as soon as they came out, the sun broke out, so hopefully they have their sunglasses. I mean, we haven't seen that sun, bright sun.
Breaking ball, that one hit hard right down the line. That's going to be foul. Nice job there by Nolan Riley, but just pulls it foul to the right-hand side of the third base, or left-hand side, I should say. And the count will even up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, if you look up to the east there, you can see those clouds really building up over there.
That's what Grant was talking about earlier in Haysville. It was kind of like that.
Breaking ball in there for call strike 2. Nice pitch there by Seth Stevens as he took something off of it and was able to put it right across the letters. As the count now goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's Stevens' pitch. Swing and a miss there or fouled off, it looks like, by Riley. I thought that one was in the glove, but apparently he fouled that off. So the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It was amazing he even fouled that off because
that was way inside him. And I didn't see how he could even get a hold of that or touch it, but he was able to. So he'll hang in there at 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one fouled off to the right-hand side. That's going to be over the first base dugout. And the count stays at 1 and 2.
You didn't park in that parking lot over there, did you, Frank?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, I parked in my usual spot where I think it's safe. Not very far, but yet not not in the danger zone. Count is 1-2 strikes now to Nolan Riley, who lead in all things for the Newton Rebels here in the top half of the fourth inning. As the Newton Rebels are the visiting team here at home this evening. Breaking ball, that does hit, looks like,
He said he leaned into it.
did he call him out?
Called him out.
He's saying, Riley's saying, I was trying to get out of the way, and umpire says, no, you leaned into it. And he gave the out sign there, so I'm not exactly sure what the umpire was calling there. But Brett Clark is...
He's saying that when he went around, he went out towards the pitch, towards the ball, instead of away from it.
So they're discussing it at Brett Clark, the head coach, with the home plate umpire. Nolan Riley's saying, hey, I was just trying to get out of the way, but umpire seems to think that he leaned into the pitch.
Well, if he leans into it, it's a strike because it's intentional.
Yeah, it's an interesting call right here because through the years I've seen it, and most just call it a ball, but
So we'll see what the count is. If he did call him out, looks like. Not sure if that's going to stand or not.
yeah, looks
Like it is going to stand. So Riley will be out.
And like I said, I've seen it through the years where they call, they'll let the guy go to base, but they'll sit there and just call a ball.
And that will bring up the first baseman, number 17, Enzo Bonventry. So Riley now 0 for 2 here in the ball game. Hard hit ball to the right-hand side as that is fouled off by Bonventry.
Frank, you haven't been saying your thing lately about Bonventry. He says he always likes when he hears that when he looks at it.
Well, I apologize, but there's a breaking ball in there, just missing inside as the count goes 1-1 strike. Sorry about that. I need to get off.
We'll see. Look, we'll call him the boom. There it is. Yep. Hard hit to the shortstop.
The ball hit to the shortstop as 6-3 put out for out number 2. It's going to bring up the designated hitter number 44, Roger Valoria. So Bonventry is 0 for 1 now here in the ball game as he just grounded out to the shortstop. So Valoria will be coming up. I believe he was batting 444, I believe is what I remember reading. As we have 2 down.
And he can hit. I mean, there's no doubt he's showing that he can hit. And
here's the pitch by Stevens. That one missing outside for ball 1. So 1-0 now the count.
And he has some good pop. I mean, we've seen him driving the ball to the fence and
ball hit to the third baseman for out number 3. A 5-3 put out for the third out. Top half the fourth inning for the Newton Rebels. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. We have no score here in the doubleheader first game between the Haysville Aviators and your Newton Rebels. The Rebels are the visiting team here this evening, even though they're playing at home. Due up for the Aviators will be the second baseman, number 23, Romy Martinez. He'll be followed by Golden and Bond.
Romy, one of their all-stars.
Romy got a base hit his first time up in the second inning, and then he was left stranded at third base as Linneman struck out Thinger for the third out. Not only that, but they had bases loaded, and Linneman also had a fly ball to the catcher that Uchi was able to make that catch. A hard hit ball there by Martinez. Going back is it gone?
I believe it is.
I believe it is a home run by Romy Martinez. Once again, Garza went all the way back to the fence, and I couldn't tell whether he got that or not, but he stopped right at the fence, and that is a home run by number 23, Romy Martinez. So Martinez now has 2 hits here in the ball game, and the score is 1-0 in favor of Haysville.
And Martinez, I mean, he's not a real big player. He's just a strong player. You know, he's not, I'm saying by tall, like 6 foot something, but he's pretty compact and pretty strong.
That will bring up the third baseman, number 24, Dylan Golden. Well, that's the second time that Linneman got a pitch up in the strike zone like that. And the first one, luckily, was fouled off in foul territory, but it was over the fence also. And that time you could tell Martinez was just waiting on that. That pitch is called strike one, hit in the outside corner. So the count goes 0-2 now to Golden.
Yeah, when you have a 0-0 game right now, it's one mistake pitch. And that's what Linneman did right there.
Swing and a miss there. And correction, that is fouled off. Well, I thought Uchi had that in his glove, and then next thing I know, I see it on the ground. So the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes.
And people need to remember this is a 7-inning game.
7-inning games here in a doubleheader. Swing and a miss this time by Dylan Golden as he goes down for out number 1. That will bring up the catcher, number 28, Matt Bond. Bond walked his first time up and was left stranded at second base there in the second inning. So we have 1 down. The score 1-0 in favor of Haysville as Romy Martinez just hit a home run, a breaking ball, and the umpire says he did not check enough, so it's going to be strike 1. No balls, 1 strike now to Bond. As Martinez hit that in left field.
Yeah, I thought he might have a chance at that.
Well,
know?
I couldn't tell whether Garza got that or not. Like I say, Garza kind of just stopped there, and then I didn't really show anything as far as in the glove or not.
Well, and the thing he was drifting with, I always like to see outfielders get to that fence, and then you got a chance to maybe jump up. But
swing and a miss there by Bond, and he goes down for out number 2, and that is the 4th strikeout recorded by Jacob Linneman. As we have 2 down now here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Due up is the center fielder, number 1, Brady Wallace. Wallace got a base hit his last time up and was left stranded at first base. That fastball misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 now the count to Brady Wallace, who's playing center fielder this evening for the Haysville Aviators. Here's Lindeman's pitch, breaking ball in there for call strike 1. Hitting the outside corners right across the knees. That will even up the count now at 1-1. And here's Lindeman's pitch, fastball hit to the shortstop Sigris. Sigris comes up with it, goes to first. Bonventry for out number 2, a 6-3 putout for the third out. But not before the Haysville Aviators score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 4 innings of play, it is Haysville Aviators 1 and the Newton Rebels 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined along by Mark Cavalla, our general manager, as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Due up for the Newton Rebels is the second baseman, number 1, Andrew Brotman. Brotman recorded a base hit in the second inning, then got thrown out at trying to steal second base with Hibiki Uchi at the plate. So Brotman is 1 for 1 here tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see Coach Clark's strategy right now. Need to get somebody on, how they're going to execute.
And Seth Stevens' pitch in there for call strike 1 as he starts his 5th inning of work here tonight.
Because you look at it, Frank, there's only 3 innings left.
He's only given up 2 hits. Well, the same thing with Linneman. Linneman has only given up 2 hits, but one of them was a big one, as it was a home run over left field. That one fouled off by Brotman as the count goes no balls and 2 strikes.
That's what we were saying, that one mistake. That's all, one mistake pitch.
Well, that one definitely was a big mistake because he left that one up. I could have probably put a pretty good rip on that one. I'm not sure how far it would have gone, but that looked that big as that ball was coming in there. You can just see it.
And Steven's just doing a good job right now, just mixing it up. And, you know, he has some good break to his ball. Everything's going, you know, if you hit it, a lot of ground balls. And
I'm sure Linneman would like to have that one back, you know, because he just hung it up there for him. So the count is no balls, 2 strikes now as Stevens ready to go. That one missing outside for ball 1. Good pitch there by Stevens as he tried to get Brotman to chase one on the outside corner. Count goes 1-2 now to Andrew Brotman, who's playing second base this inning. A breaking ball, that one fouled off there by Brotman. Brotman was able to keep his hands back just a little bit there to get a piece of that ball. Like you say, Brotman has normally been playing either shortstop or left field. Well, tonight he's playing second base. So it's quite a change for him.
Well, he's such a good athlete. I think he played third base mainly in high school, and in Neosho he played third, but he's in New Orleans outfield.
That one fouled off there by Brotman. So the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And here he is playing shortstop for us, and that's one thing I should have asked him. I said, "Hey, can you pitch? Can you catch?" But I bet you he probably has.
We'd like to welcome Renee Wallace to the telecast. We hope you're enjoying the ball game. Don't forget to tell your family and friends that the Newton Rebels and the Haysville Aviators are on YouTube on the Newton KS Rebels channel. That ball hit up the middle, and Brotman, great job there with the bat there as he just placed that into left field or center field. Now he goes to second base.
Great
as
hustle.
That ball was, you know how it gets out in that grass, it just
It's
gets
thick.
ate up, yeah?
Well, especially when it's been raining and it's a lot thicker out there, and that's part of the advantage that we should have here as the Newton Rebels is that we know how slow it can be, and if you're not an outfielder running hard after, we've actually had to learn ourselves.
Which Wallace wasn't doing, and when he finally realized that Brotman was rounding first base, heading towards second, it was too late because Brotman was in there safely. So Brotman's in with a double, brings up the catcher number 15, Hibiki Uchi. Uchi has a base hit as he hit a one into right field. He lays a bunt down, or tries to anyway. It's going to be foul as they're trying to move Brotman over into scoring position at third base instead of scoring position at second.
And here's the thing, the problem I have with Uchi right there, he's doing a drag bunt, a drag sack maybe, but how many times has he done it this year? Has he been practicing that? Just get the ball down and get him over. I don't care if you turn around, just perfect, sacrifice, and that'll get him over there.
So Steph Stevens ready to go. That one missing outside for ball one. So that will take the count to 1-1 strike now to Hibiki Uchi.
Of course, that's the coach in me, Frank. I mean, I just want him to get the job done. But a lot of guys, they try to do that drag bunt.
Yeah, well, I always told our players, we're bunting, I know we're bunting, they know we're bunting, so turn around and bunt it.
If you execute it, it doesn't matter.
Nice bunt there by Uchi as he lays down up to the third base side. They're not going to be able to make the play as Stevens throws that one away. Hibiki Uchi rounding second base, going towards third now, and he's going to be held up there at second base. A nice job there by Brett Clark as Uchi was about a third of the way up, and the right fielder, Sperling, got to the ball and threw a strike there to the third baseman. But Brotman does score from second base, and Uchi records a base hit.
Well, Uchi
and an error, right?
Yeah.
Uchi,
on
the throw.
He was running hard the whole time, and that's what you're supposed to. Your coach got to stop. So he's doing his job, and it's up to, like you said, Coach Clark's got to hold him and stop him, or he keeps going.
That throw there by Stevens was to the right field side, and but what a great bunt there by Hibiki Uchi to get his second hit of the ball game. That will bring up the left fielder, number 9, Eric Garza. And we have official scorer on our point street, Grant Jones, to the right of us, to make sure that we were right on top of that.
He's the official guy over here.
The score is now 1-1 as the Newton Rebels have tied the ball game up here in the top half of the fifth inning. Uchi is on at second base with no outs, and Eric Garza is due up. He sacrifices last time up, and he squares around the bunt, lays the bunt down to the first base side this time. Stevens picks it up and goes to first for out number 1. Hibiki Uchi moves over to third base on the play. A great bunt there by Garza as he gets another sacrifice.
There's nothing wrong. Whatever you can do to help your team win. And in other words, if let's say Uchi gets on a base hit or sac fly right here, well, guess what? Guess who helped make that play? And people don't realize that. It's about scoring more runs. It's not just, hit a fly ball, almost went out or something. No, it's just moving the runners.
So that brings up the center fielder, number 14, Sam Kassane. The infield now moves in as we have a runner on at third base, Hibiki Uchi. That ball lifted to the left-hand side, and it is going to be foul. And once again, Kassane swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah, and right there, a lot of pressure. Remember, the pressure's on the pitcher, so you're looking for a good pitch. I mean, that was more like a 2-strike attempt right there if you had 2 strikes. And, the Sam just needs to come up, get a good pitch, and hit it hard, drive it.
Uchi at third base with 1 down. And once again, the infield is in on the grass area. All 4 positions. And here's the pitch. That one missing inside. That gets away from the catcher. Not going to be able to fight it. And coming in to score is Hibiki Uchi. As the score now is 2-1 in favor of the Newton Rebels. That ball jumped up into the ground there, and then all of a sudden it jumped straight up in the air. And losing it was Bond, and not able to get to it in time. When he finally did, Hibiki Uchi was already touching the home plate. Exactly right. That RBI should go to Garza.
Yeah, Garza got him over, and then the pitch.
If we could give an RBI to him, we would. Because,
or 0.5 or something.
But he does get a sacrifice out of it. Hard hit ball there by Kassane, but right to Martinez at second base on a line shot, and now we have 2 down.
No, he hit it hard, and then just hit it right at him. Of course, they're playing back a little now, but that's what I like to see. I like to see Sam hitting that ball hard, especially up the middle like that, or pull a little.
That will bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jack Sigras. Sigras now up with 2 down and nobody on here in the top half of the 5th inning. The score 2-1 in favor of Newton as they have scored 2 runs here in the top half of the 5th. After the Haysville Aviators scored 1 run in the bottom half of the 4th. First pitch is ball 1 now to Sigris.
And Stevens has 56 pitches.
And here's the pitch. That one hit into center field. Center fielder coming in now, Wallace, making the catch for out number 3. So fly out to 8 for the 3rd out. But top half of the 5th inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. At the end of 4.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 2 and the Haysville Aviators 1, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The score 2-1 in favor of Newton. Due up is Kander, Thinger, and Sperling. So far for the Newton Rebels, Jacob Linneman has gone 4 innings, has given up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, that home run last inning, base on balls, and 4 strikeouts as he has faced 16 batters. So nice job there so far by Jacob Linneman.
And what he's done lately, he goes, he had a high pitch count after 2 innings. Now he's down to, it's going into this with 52. So that's pretty impressive that he's been more efficient, Frank. And that's one thing you want out of your starting pitcher.
Well, that's going to bring up the left fielder number 14, Keaton Kander. Kander flew out to the catcher, Hibiki Uchi, in the 2nd inning as he made the 2nd out of that inning with the bases loaded. So Kander is up, and here's Lindeman's pitch. Fastball missing low for ball 1.
I had somebody ask me the other day, why do some of the players' averages start going down quite a bit? And eventually, all the averages after so many at-bats go down, but a lot of the guys are tired. A lot of the other pitchers or the other teams figure out people.
Here's Lindeman's pitch. Swing and a miss there by Kander, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
That's why I think approach is so. If you stay with your approach and keep hitting, try to hit early and work on the counts.
Here's Lindeman's pitch in there for call strike. I thought that was strike 3. I thought he fouled the first one off. Huh?
See what Grant our
Oh, you did have 1 ball, 2 strikes. Okay.
Yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, my bad then.
It's nice having him here.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now. That one just misses the outside corner, so that will even up the count now at 2-2. I thought that first one he fouled it off into the ground there, but apparently he didn't go. Sometimes your eyes deceive you at this age, Carve.
Yeah. Definitely.
2-2 the count. Oh, by the way, I shot a nice score today at golf.
Well, let's hear it. What was it?
It was 1 over, 72.
Wow.
And here's the pitch. That one hit hard into right field. Right fielder Royal, moving to his left, is able to get to it for out number 1. Luke Royal with some speed there was able to get clear to the line and make that catch.
There's no doubt I knew he's going to catch it. He's a very athletic outfielder, and I've known him 3 years now, and he can play the game. And he's kind of one of those that you want the ball hit to Luke Royal, he'll catch it.
And that now up is the shortstop number 13, Chase Thinger. Thinger is struck out his first time up as he made the 3rd out. There's a swing and a miss there by Thinger as he made the 3rd out in the bottom half of the 2nd inning with the bases loaded. So no balls, 1 strike now to Thinger. By the way, that 72 that I shot today was impressive for one reason. After 2 holes, I was 3 over. I had a bogey and a double bogey, and then I came back and had 3 birdies in the front side, and I only had 1 bogey on the back. That one fouled off by Thinger, So ended up 1 over after.
I think we need to get a film crew and follow you around.
I don't think so. It was ugly the first 2 holes, let me tell you.
Wow, that's quite a comeback.
Yeah, it was quite a comeback. There's a pitch by Linneman, missing high, and that will take the count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Frank, I want you to work for my golf game because I'm still playing that Army golf a little, left, right.
Left, right.
So
that's one thing I did today pretty good of, and that's hit the ball down the middle. There's a ball that's fouled off there by Finger. Count stays at 2-2 now, as there's 1 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And here's Lindeman's pitch. Ball hit right back to Lindeman as he just puts his glove up, tosses it to Bonventry at first base for out number 2. A 1-3 put out if you're scoring with us at home for the second out. That will bring up the right fielder, number 22, Sterling Sperling.
Again, the 3rd time now through the lineup. See what Sperling has going right here. See what he's been watching, and he's getting to see him more pitches. We'll see what happens, what his approach is right now.
Sperling is 0 for 2 here tonight in the ball game as he struck out his first time and grounded out to the shortstop. That ball hit to the right-hand side. Luke Royal gets on his horse, but not going to be able to get to it as that falls in for a base hit. And nice hustle there by Royal as he was able to keep Sperling.
Well, that's what I said right there. His approach was, I'm going to go after it, and, especially if he knows he's going to pitch me away, I'm going with the pitch. And, tip the hat to him.
Well, that was a great hit there by Sterling Sperling as he, like you say, went with the pitch and just drifted that into right field, right down the line, and he's in with a base hit. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 3, Cole Lee. Lee is 0 for 2 here tonight as he flew out. There's a swing and a miss there by Lee as he flew out to the pitcher in the first inning and then flew out to the right fielder, Royal, in the 3rd inning. We do have a runner on at first base with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Once again, we're in game 1 of a doubleheader. We will be going 2 games, 7 innings. And here's the ball hit into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit, and that gets by Cassane. And now coming in to score will be Sperling, as he hustles all the way around, and now that takes the score to 2 apiece now. That was just an error there by Cassane there.
Yeah,
he just, I don't know what he was looking at, but the ball went right by him, and he was there in plenty of time.
I mean, I'm glad, and Garza was right there. Back behind him like he's supposed to be, backing him up. But, yeah, Cassane just tried to keep him there to the second base, and that's great hustle, that Sperling did right there, because that shouldn't have happened, Frank.
No, that shouldn't have happened. So the score now is tied up at 2 apiece here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. That one lifted on the right-hand side. And making the catch is Andrew Brotman for out number 3. So fly out to the second baseman for the 3rd out, but not before the Haysville Aviators score 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. At the end of 5 innings of play, the score tied up at 2 apiece, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. The score tied up now at 2 apiece as the Haysville Aviators scored 1 run in the bottom half of the 4th and 1 in the bottom half of the 5th. And the Newton Rebels scored 2 runs in the top half of the 5th. So the score now tied up at 2 apiece. That will bring up the right fielder, number 10, Luke Royal.
Frank, I was going to tell you real quick, it's great to see you just stepped in the press box a little while ago. Jordan Bolt Jackson.
Yep.
To be back out here, he's a Southwestern player. And he's playing for us, and he had a blood clot from his elbow to over his shoulder, and he's doing fine right now.
Good to see him here. Swing and a miss there and fouled off there by Royal, hanging on to it.
But he's real positive, and he loved pitching, and he was doing a great job for the Rebels this summer.
Here's the pitch by Stevens. A swing and a miss there by Royal, so the count goes no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it looks like Luke's timing is just a little off right there.
Here's Stevens' pitch. That one missing outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Luke Royal as we're in the top half of the 6th inning. The score tied up at 2 apiece. Ball hit hard right into right field gap there between the first baseman and the second baseman. As the ball goes into right field, Luke Royal records his first hit of the ball game. And that will bring up the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley. Riley looking for his first hit of the ball game as he flew out to the first baseman in the first inning to make the third out. And then he struck out in the 4th inning as he made the first out as he led off in the top half of the 4th. So we do have a runner on at first base now with no outs as we are in the top half of the 6th inning. The score tied at 2 apiece. And here's the pitch. Ball hit into center field. That may fall in. It does. Falls in right in front of Wallace. And a great job there by Luke Royal as he was taken off on the pitch and took a look at that all the way and saw that that ball was going to fall in. So he stayed right there, right at the base until it did fall down and stops at second base. So Riley records his first hit of the ball game, and that will bring up the first baseman, number 17, Enzo Bonventry.
That was right in front of him. But Royal, I was about to say, Royal, he was at Friends last year. He was their lean base stealer, so he can run. And then he was running. But yeah, that's right in front of him. He made that decision, and I didn't know because I was afraid Wallace was going to get to that ball. It'd be easy double play.
Well, I thought it was going to fall in for a base hit. I wasn't sure, but Royal saw the same thing I did, so he kept going. Like I say, he stopped just short of the second baseman, and then once it hit the ground, he went ahead and stopped there. But he could have possibly made it back,
Well, you don't know with these outfielders, sometimes they deke you. Sometimes they do these little deke plays where they come in there, it's going to let it fall, then all of a sudden they jump in there.
Right.
I don't know.
So that brings up the first baseman, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry.
There you go. That's what he's been waiting on.
With runners on at first and second. And now we're going to have a timeout as head coach.
There's some action out there in the bullpen. Of course, we can't tell with these trees.
Humberg comes out. Yeah, we can't see with right down the line, but that is going to be it for Seth Stevens. We'll see who Haysville brings in. We'll give you his final numbers here after we determine who is going to be coming in. I think I saw 55, but I'm not sure if they got a 55.
No,
29.
29, okay. That's Preston Kelly coming in to pitch, and I'll let you give me some numbers on Kelly there.
Eastvale, California, right-hander, 5'9", 180 from Cal State San Marcos, and he's a sophomore.
Okay, and he is 0-3 here for the season. Comes in with a 5.32 ERA. He has appeared in 11 ball games, has pitched 25 1/3 innings, has recorded 21 strikeouts, 18 walks, and has given up 26 hits. In his last outing, he went 2/3 of an innings against the Derby Twins. which was yesterday.
But he had a pretty on the 22nd against the Seeds. He went 4 innings, 3 runs, or 1 earned. So yeah, he could be very efficient, and that's just pitching. You're gonna have your bad days and your good days.
So we have Preston Kelly, number 29. Did you give me his? You did give me his stats on there already. Okay, Preston Kelly. Let me get him down.
But the whole story about a relief pitcher, especially when you don't have a lot of innings, you can go 4 or 5 good outings, then you have that one bad outing, and there goes your ERA and all that. And that's kind of what I see right there with him.
Okay, the final numbers on Seth Stevens. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 2 base on balls, 2 strikeouts, as he faced 21 batters. Now the runners on at first and second, if they do score, will be charged to Stevens. So Enzo the Boom Bonventry is up with no outs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Clark has going on here with the Boom, But I have a good feeling that he's probably just going to let him swing, Frank.
I have not seen Bonventry take very many bunts, lay very many bunts down. You don't get called the Boom and then lay a bunt down.
No, but that's sometimes that's strategy, though. Sometimes.
Well, that's true. Sometimes you have to, but not very many times. So we're ready for the pitch. The first pitch in there, a breaking ball in there for call strike 1. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike now to Bonventry.
Yeah, Kelly left his shortstop out there on a pick.
Royal better watch out because Thinger was right at second base. If Kelly would have just turned around and thrown, they could have had him picked off. A swing and a miss there by Bonventry as the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 now the count to Bonventry as we are in the top half of the 6th inning. Score tied up at 2 apiece. We hope you're enjoying the telecast. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. That one missing outside, and a nice job there by Matt Bond as he moved clear to his right on his knees and was able to stop that from going back to the backstop. The runners had to stay on at first and second as Royal is on at second and Riley is on at first base. Both of them getting base hits here to start off the inning here in the top half of the 6th. So Preston Kelly ready to go with a 1-2 count. That fastball missing outside for ball 2. So that will take the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bonventry needs to be in that 2-strike zone where you're protecting that plate.
Well, and they're going to probably pitch him away and hopefully he rolls over. That's what they're thinking. Hope rolls over, double play. So he just needs to go with that pitch.
And here's Preston Kelly's pitch. Breaking ball, that one lifted into center field. Center fielder Wallace just standing there, making the catch, and tagging up is Luke Royal, but not going anywhere, as that was a nice throw there by Wallace to keep Royal at second base, Riley at first, and Bonventry flies out to center fielder for out number 1. That will bring up the designated hitter number 44, Roger Valoria. Now, I did notice that Valoria was kind of hobbing there the last time at the plate.
So he's holding his hip?
Yeah, it looks like he was holding his hip as he was going to the first base, and then he hit the ball to the third baseman. So Kelly ready to go. That first pitch misses for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes. Once again, runners on at first and second with 1 down here in the top half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, they're hoping that he hits to another double play right here. And, Roger's not known for his speed.
And here's Kelly's pitch. That one into the ground. That one gets away from the catcher, Bond, and he moves over to first base, or third base. I was going to say, I was wondering how come the first baseman, Riley, didn't take off, but maybe it's a good thing, as Royal now is standing at third base. Riley still at first base, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. So we'll see what Nolan Riley does here as he gets a little bit bigger lead now at first base. They're throwing over to first base safely is Riley.
Yeah, Bond did a good job. I mean, our word that we've been using lately is minimize, and right there he minimized. At least Royal went to third, but you keep your double play combo right there by hustling and keeping him Riley right there at first.
That one missing outside. That gets away from the catcher. And coming in to score from third base is Luke Royal. Moving over to second base is Nolan Riley. And now that takes the score to 3-2 in favor of the Newton Rebels. That was a wild pitch into the ground.
You know, Frank, and you could have, Bond's a good catcher. We've seen a lot of good catchers in his league, and you can have a lot of great catchers, major league catchers. I don't care what it is, but if you keep throwing wild pitches.
That one missing low for ball 4. So Valoria will hit to first base on 4 balls. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 1, Andrew Brotman. Brotman is 2 for 2 here tonight, as he got a base hit in the second inning, and then he got a double in the 5th inning, as he hit one into center field and hustled all the way to second, as Wallace finally got to that ball. But Brotman was already standing at second base. That pitch misses outside for ball 1.
See, that's part of the approach. That's not your pitch. Let it go.
So the count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Andrew Brotman, as Riley's on at second. And Valoria just walked, and he's on at first with 1 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. That one hit hard to the third base side. Golden goes to first base, and they're going to call him out at first base. A nice job there by Golden, as he goes to Martinez for the force out at second base. And then Martinez hustles that ball over to Larson to first for the double play. So this is a 5-4-3 double play. That's a second double play turned over by the Haysville Aviators. But now before the Newton Rebels score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 5.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 3 and the Haysville Aviators 2, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The score is the Newton Rebels 3.
Boy,
I was thinking 6th. I was thinking 6th inning. It is the Newton Rebels 3 and the Haysville Aviators 2. Drew up for the Aviators will be the second baseman, number 23, Romy Martinez. He'll be followed by Golden and Bond. Martinez had a home run his last time at the plate. A 1-run home run to start off the 4th inning for the Haysville Aviators. 3-2 is the score in favor of Newton. And here's the pitch. A breaking ball in there for call strike 1. Good pitch there by Jacob Linneman. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike. Here's Linneman's pitch. The breaking ball, swing and a miss this time by Martinez. And the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
And I think Uchi catching, we both talked to a lot of the pitchers, and they like him catching them.
Fastball misses outside for ball 1. A good pitch there by Linneman as he tried to get Martinez to chase one. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's learning that it has to be a fastball that first pitch all the time.
Fastball, that hit to the shortstop, Sigris. Sigris comes up, goes to first for out number 1. A 6-3 put out for the first out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Due up now is the third baseman, number 24, Dylan Golden. Golden is looking for his first hit of the ball game as he flew out to the first baseman in the 2nd inning, and then he struck out in the 4th inning. So he's 0 for 2 here tonight. And here's Lindeman's pitch. Fastball swing and a miss there by Golden as the count goes to no balls and 1 strike.
It's kind of weird, though, a 7-inning game. We haven't seen that all,
We
all
haven't
summer.
had very many 7-inning games. Matter of fact, this is the first one here this year. And that one missing low for ball 1.
And Haysville's been through 5 of them. Is that right, Brent? Yeah, 5 doubleheaders because of rainouts and situations. But
Well, we've been lucky not to have any, but this is just one of those cases where we're going to have to do it. That one in there for call strike, as that's right across the letters. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, this is the game 1 of a doubleheader here this evening. There's a breaking ball, or fastball correction, missing high for ball 2. So that will take the count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you are watching, we hope you're enjoying the telecast. And here's Lindeman's pitch. Fastball lifted to the right-hand side. And I'm not sure whether Garth or
yeah, it's Royal.
Royal, he did get under it, makes the catch for out number 2. He wasn't moving very much, so I wasn't sure if he saw that or not as he's facing the sun area.
Well, if he misses that, I'm going to get on him because I sold him that pair of sunglasses on his hat right there.
Okay.
So I'd be getting on him about that. Why not use those, But he had it.
That brings up the catcher number 28, Matt Bond. Bond is 0 for 1 here tonight. He walked in the second inning, was left stranded at second base, and then he struck out in the 4th inning. Count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Matt Bond. And here's Lindeman's pitch. Fastball is fouled off there by Bond. That will even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
I'm looking over there at Enzo at first base because we haven't seen him. He looks all right over there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's for not playing all year long.
Yeah, that's it.
He's been our designated hitter all year long, and this is his first time out on the field. Breaking ball misses high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Matt Bond as we have 2 down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The score 3-2 in favor of Newton. Once again, we're only going 7 innings here these 2 games. That ball lifted to the right-hand side. Luke Royal getting under it and making the catch for out number 3. So a fly out to the right field for the 3rd out. So the bottom half of the 7th inning for the Haysville Aviators. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 6 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 3 and the Haysville Aviators 2, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined by Mark Cavala, our general manager. We are going to the top half of the 7th inning. The score is 3-2 in favor of Newton. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. We want to let you folks know that we will be taking a break, so we'll be shutting down our telecast at the end of the first game. And then we'll start our second game in approximately 20 minutes. So once again, just to let you know, we will be shutting down our telecast at the end of the completion of the first game, and then we'll be back in about 20 minutes to start our second.
Yeah, Frank, how did you feel when I let you know today we're playing a doubleheader after you played this great game of golf today, and probably pretty tired, weren't you?
Not really. I was ready to go for 9 innings. So due up in the 7th inning for the Newton Rebels will be the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uche. First pitch by Kelly, misses inside for ball 1. Uche so far is 2 for 2 as he's got 2 base hits, and has scored a run.
He did a good job in the All-Star game getting a couple of hits.
Ball hit right up the middle. That's going to be in for a base hit by Hibiki Uchi as Preston Kelly tried to grab that and his glove came off. And Hibiki Uchi now 3 for 3 here tonight, as he's now standing on at first base. That will bring up the left fielder, number 9, Eric Garza.
I don't think it's Garza going to go three
Garza will have nothing but sacrifices if Coach...
but guess what your batting average is? 0.
Yeah.
But if you get the guy in...
And Garza taking a look at Brett Clark at third base, saying, Coach, I got to do it again?
Well, Garza's the kind of guy, he'll do it. He'll do whatever it takes.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for call strike 1. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike. That would have been a great one to lay a bunt down on because that was on the right-hand side there. 0-1 now the count. Uchi on at first base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there by Garza. And the count goes 0-2.
That's one thing. You got to do whatever, whatever it takes. That's the whole thing.
That's for sure. Especially on a one-run ball game, you got to get guys in scoring position. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball low for ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Eric Garza.
But there's nothing, I hate seeing when a player, they want to hit and you have to have them bunt, and then you just look at you and roll their shoulder. Oh, no. Because it's about winning.
Preston Kelly's swing and a miss there by Garza as he goes down for out number 1. Well, that's not what the Newton Rebels needed, as that will bring up the center fielder number 14, Sam Cassane. But good pitches there by Preston Kelly.
Really good.
As he took something off on that one, and Garza was well ahead of it for the first out. It's going to bring up Cassane.
That's where you go as a coach, like Coach Carter. I should have bunted him. That
ball hit to the second baseman. Maybe another double play as the second baseman goes to...
Yep, he's safe. Yep.
To Thinger at shortstop for the forced out, but he is safe at first this time. So a 4-6 put out for the second out, and Cassane reaches on a fielder's choice. That will bring up the shortstop number 2, Jack Sigris. It was Martinez to Thinger for the force out. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that one hit down the third base side. That's going to be foul. As the count goes, no balls and 1 strike.
I don't know, Frank. I'm in shock still because of this weather. I'm still seeing this because I thought it was just going to be dark the whole.
Well, I looked at the radar and it looked great till 3:00 in the morning. So there's a ball that's fouled off there by Sigris. As the count goes, no balls and 2 strikes. We do have 2 down now here in the top half of the 7th inning. Once again, this game is scheduled for 7, as this is game 1 of a doubleheader between the Haysville Aviators and your Newton Rebels. The score is 3-2 in favor of Newton at this time. They are the visiting team. That one just missing outside. Great pitch there by Preston Kelly.
Yeah, that was
kind of hard to take, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was hard to take. Captain Jack there knew what he was doing.
The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now to Sigris. Sigris looking for his first hit of the ball game. That one into the ground. That will take the count even now at 2-2. Sigris reached on a base on balls, flew out to right field, and then flew out to center field in the 5th. 0 for 2 here tonight. Correction, 0 for 3 here tonight. That one gets away from the catcher, and moving over is Cassane to second base, and he'll make a stop there as the count goes full now at 3-2.
Yeah, like I said, that's another tough play. That's a tough play for a catcher. And
so now there is a runner on at second base, and it would be nice for Sigurs to get a base hit here, possibly score another run.
Use the field.
Looking for his 20th RBI. That one hit to the third baseman. Third baseman, nice scoop there by Golden.
Nice.
Goes over to first base, Larson, for the out. So it is a 5-3 put out for the third out. And Golden had to go backhand that
was
one.
a nice backhand.
Right along the line there, and came up and threw a strike over to Larson for the third out. So the top half of the seventh inning for the Newton Rebels. They scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 6.5, it is the Newton Rebels 3 and the Haysville Aviators 2. We're going to stay right here, Carv, because we want to make sure that we get our sponsors once again. Once again, we'd like to thank Miller Insurance Agency, American Family Insurance, Duty Works, Conradi Insurance Group, Boston Insurance, Pouch Enterprise, Realty Connection Store and Stuff, and U-Haul, Raffine Services Unlimited, Shamrock Car Wash, Pate and Paul's Attorneys at Law, Affordable Autos, Remax Associates of Newton, Kansas, the Tim Marler family, Carl Hodges, Dr. Brett Wolf's DDS, John and Lori Odom, Newton Rec Commission, Bob Burke, Buy Local, Ray Roofing, and our host families are Connie Miller, Joe Petlow, Michelle and Brett Kaufman, Robin and Christopher Eshelman and Aaron Eshelman, Tammy Schmidt, Chad and Joni Casanine, and Zach Bravo.
And we need to congratulate Joe Pedlow and his beautiful wife. They just got married this past weekend.
Well, congratulations to them. I hope you're not watching the ball game. We hope you're enjoying your honeymoon.
Knowing Joey's watching the honeymoon, so I know. I've known Joe for years. He loves the game. He likes watching the Rebels.
Well, due up now for the Haysville Aviators will be the center fielder number 1, Brady Wallace. And then he'll be followed by Candor and Thinger.
And one other thing, Frank, I need to tell the people out there, our last game, a couple of things. We're going to have a sale on a bunch of apparel, but the big thing was the Carl Hodges MVP award. We will present that at the game.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be on Thursday if we play Thursday. That first pitch is ball 1 now to Wallace. And still pitching is Jacob Linneman.
No, it's
correction. My bad.
Hinkelman.
Hinkelman now coming in. All right, sorry about that. Chandler Hinkelman now in for the Newton Rebels.
Yeah, I didn't see the umpire give us a signal. I mean, probably gave it to Grant, but not us here. I don't know. Did you know, Grant? Okay, he didn't say it.
Okay, so Chandler Hinkelman now pitching for the Newton Rebels, and I'll give you the final numbers there for Jacob Linneman. He ended up going 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 1 base on balls. He struck out 4 as he faced 24 batters. So great job there by Jacob Linneman. He is in the running for the win if the Newton Rebels win this ball game. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now by Hinkelman. Here's the pitch. That one hit right back up the middle. That's going to be, great stop there by Brotman. And throws over to first, but not in time, as Brady Wallace records his 2nd hit of the ball game. That one right up the middle. Hinkelman was not able to get to it.
Yeah, I thought he might have had a shot at it right there, but yeah, I don't know. I think Hinkelman's kind of gun shy, because I know a couple times the ball, it went off his mitt, deflected, and then deflected off the second baseman, and the different angles, so he probably just let it go.
And that brings up the left fielder number 14, Keaton Candor. And I imagine he'll be bunting with the Haysville Aviators being down by 1. Coming in from third base is Riley. The bunt is laid down to the first base side, and it's going to go foul as soon as Hinkelman touches it. It is foul.
And for a big guy, he got there pretty quick.
Yeah, he did. And he could have been able to catch that. The first baseman, Wallace, was already about halfway down. Could have turned into a double play. So the count is no balls, 1 strike now to Keaton Candor.
This one thing players need to understand, especially in wood bat leagues, bunting's huge. I mean, you got to practice that every day.
Here's Hinkelman's pitch. There goes the runner to second base. There's the throw by Uchi. Not going to be in time, and in safely is Brady Wallace. Boy, that's one time I sure wish that Hinkelman would have looked him over or something.
Yeah, well,
you kind of could tell that he was going to go.
And he picked the off-speed pitch, so, I mean, it was a good job by him.
Yeah, good job there by Brady Wallace. So there is a runner now, the tying run on at second base with no outs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Count is 1-1 now to Candor. That one in there for call, strike 2. 1-2 now the count.
And what the Rebels need to remember, even though we're playing at home, we are the visiting team. So the winning runs right at the plate right now.
So Chandler Hinkleman ready to work here on a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that one is fouled off by Candor. Count stays the same now at 1-2. We are in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The score 3-2 in favor of the Newton Rebels. And we're going 7 innings here in the doubleheader. This is game 1. And here's Hinkleman's pitch. He may be stepping off here. Fastball missing high for ball 2. So the count will even up now at 2-2. Candor batting .224 here for the season. 24.89. That one a swing and a miss there by Candor as he goes down for out number 1. A big pitch there by Chandler Hinkleman for the first out.
Right there, look like a changer. I mean, he had some movement on that too.
Sure did. That will bring up the shortstop. We may be having a pinch hitter, looks like, for the
Let's see who we have here.
Haysville Aviators.
Number 4.
Looks like number 4 coming in to pinch hit. And that is Jeffrey Myers.
Jeffrey Myers. 6'1", 180. He's from Alvin, Texas.
So number 4, Jeff Myers. Throw over to second base. In safely is Wallace. Once again, runner on at second base with 1 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The tying run on at second as the Rebels are up 3-2. And Chandler Hinkleman trying to get out of this inning and get a save. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner, the third base, that throws down, and it looks like they're going to get him this time. Wow. What a great toss there by Uchi. And making that tag was Nolan Riley. Right on the shoulder area.
Well, and they took a chance at it because Hinkleman doesn't work real fast, but also the bad thing about it was a left-handed hitter. So, you're rolling the dice trying to get that runner there to third.
There's a hard hit ball into the center field. Kassane getting under it, making the catch for out number 3. So that is the ball game with the final score. The Newton Rebels 3 and the Haysville Aviators 2 in a great ball game. So we're going to come back out here. Once again, the final score is 3-2. We want to let you know we will be taking a 20-minute break. We're going to sign off and then come back for the second game. Once again, don't forget to tell your family and friends that game 2 coming up in approximately 20 minutes. It is now 7:50. So we'll be back on about 8:15 or so, 8:10 to 8:15.
And that was a fast game.
That was a fast
game for us, I guess. But like I said, 3-2 game.
At least 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to have a 20-minute break, right, basically.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, right, that's a tough game, especially Aviators. And at the end, as a coach, I'm trying to figure out everything, especially the runner on second in scoring position. But the thing is, I can understand, you're trying to be aggressive. And right now at this time of the year, you've got to roll the dice. That's all I could say, roll the dice and all that. And I think both teams need to and just see how it comes up. And
in his defense, if he would have been safe at third base,
right,
a fly ball into center field would have scored him. And that's exactly what happened there. We had a fly ball into center field. He scores a run, and then the game is tied up.
And me as a coach, I'm going to sit there. I don't know the team as well as he does. So I'm just saying. But, again, you're going against odds. That's all I'm saying. But, you're rolling the dice. And I coach with the philosophy, expect the unexpected. And I think most teams that went against me, they knew that because I do some crazy stuff, but that's just the way I was, But it was a good game, good pitching. It's good to see Lindemann probably have best outing, I would say, Frank, of the year right there. But we'll see. I mean, you got another game here, and I was impressed with a lot of what Haysville did too, and so I'm looking for another close game like this.
Okay, we're going to call it good here for this first game. We're going to take a 20-minute break, and then we'll be back. Don't forget to join us on Game 2 as we're ready for Newton Rebels baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined by Mark Cavala. And we'll be right back.